Do you think you need a ton of money to buy a cool car? Well, you're wrong. You're dead wrong. I'm taking $5,000 or less. I'm going on Facebook Marketplace. I'm giving you the 5 coolest cars that I can find, not just my neighborhood, but nationwide, that you can buy for $5,000. The coolest, most fun cars you can get for $5,000. Let's get right into it, boys. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Wilder, and we are here. We are back with another amazing video. Today we're listing our top 5 cars on Facebook Marketplace, but the top 5 cars that you can get for under $5,000, whether it be they're cool now, high mod potential, American muscle, Japanese, whatever. These are going to be the top 5 cars you can get for $5,000 where you are. Up first is going to be a 1999 to 2004 Ford GT Mustang. Are you looking for cheap V8 muscle? This is the car. Everybody loves a Mustang unless you're not a Ford guy, which I understand. I'm not a Ford guy either. But if you're looking for cheap V8 introductory muscle car, you too can get a V8 muscle car for less than $5,000. I'm gonna put up some examples here on the screen of just what I found on Facebook Marketplace. Super easy. You can find these cars anywhere. They're a $5,000 car. That's one thing you have to remember. If you're trying to start this on a budget or just buy a cool car up front without having to do much to it, whether it be road legal or not, may not look the best, but as long as it runs, drives, and stops, it's still a cool, fun car to drive every single day. Now, this model year range is gonna come with a 4.6 liter V8. These things are gonna be raw, loud, and fun to drive. They have a solid axle in the rear, so super sick burnouts, dude. And it's American muscle, so you already know it's easy to work on. Now, Ford during this time frame didn't have the best of luck with their 4.6s, at least in my opinion. It's not my favorite engine that Ford's ever came out with. It's not the 5.0. I get that. That's okay. It's still gonna be fun. You can do a ton of this car. They were mass produced. You can get body kits for this car, suspension, brakes, power upgrades, everything for this car. Cheap, easy, $5,000, easy marketable, easily found. Hit your Facebook Marketplace if you want V8 entry. Now, the caveat to that is hopefully you can find one that hasn't been destroyed or ran through as a fun car by teenagers or, people in their mid-20s just, trying to get into the car scene, doing stupid shit. Now, next up, I had to do a little bit of research on this car because I wasn't familiar with Lexus's game, but the next car up is going to be a 1992 to 2000 Lexus SC300. Now, I know that's a lot. You're thinking, what, an SC300? What do I want one of those for? This is a car that is a sleeper car with Supra DNA, bro, okay? It's got the 2JZ. Yes, I know it's not the 2JZ you're thinking of, but everything inside is the same. The only difference is no turbos. It's the same guts of a motor. Yes, okay, it doesn't have the same pistons, whatever. That's fine, dude. It's still a 2JZ. You can still say you had a 2JZ, and super easy to upgrade. Parts everywhere for this car. This was the start of Toyota's push to high performance was this motor. This is the main overall guts of this car, and it's a rear wheel drive, has smooth styling, and is just honestly sick, massive, high ceiling upgrade potential, bro. Now, finding these in a manual is a little bit tougher, but again, the high potential, the high ceiling, you can turn these into a drift car, a luxury cruiser, everyday vehicle, and again, who doesn't want to say they had a 2JZ? Because no one's going to believe you, but then you pull up in the car, and they're still not going to believe you. The next up on this list is going to be a 2005 to 2007 Chevrolet Cobalt SS. Now, granted, these are a lot harder to find. These are supercharged. They are a lot tougher to find, but you can find some in this price range. They are a really fun car. It's a just over 200 horsepower in the motor. Carries just over 200 horsepower, but they weigh less than 3,000 pounds. So these are quick and fun. You don't have to do much to them. Granted, it is a Cobalt. They weren't made for too long, but there's this weird cult classic fandom behind these cars. And if you can find an SS, they're honestly so cool and so fun to drive. They're not big cars, so they are light. They're fun with the right amount of horsepower, and you can still do a ton to them because it's still a Chevy. It's American-made, mass-produced vehicle. This vehicle was essentially GM's answer to the Civic Si at the time, and honestly, this thing rips for the money. Yeah, it's a little bit more than, say, a Civic Si back then, or even now. They're harder to come by than a Civic or an Accord or really any Japanese counterpart to this vehicle, but for the money, you can rip and put more into it and still say you had an SS, which, yes, it's not a muscle car, but it's still super cool for the time. Number 2 on this list is a very special car. I think a lot of people seek this car out, but they're still out there. They're not going to be in the greatest of shape, but you can still find them, and that's going to be a 2006 BMW 3 Series. Now, it's most likely going to be a 325 or a 330, but it's that E46 that everybody wants right now. If you can find a manual in these cars, that's probably the best, but these are still super sick cars. They're awesome to drift. They have 50-50 weight ratio. They're easy to handle on the track, decent amount of power for what they are and when they came out. Plus, it's still a luxury car, so you don't have to really do anything to these things. I mean, yes, it's going to be outdated. It's a 2000 to 2006, so you're not going to have, CarPlay or anything, but it's still going to have leather seats. It's still going to feel comfortable. You're still going to enjoy driving this every single day. They're super raw. I mean, I have a 3 Series. Yes, it's newer, but driving a BMW is different, and I think anybody that's driven one will tell you the same thing. If you go out there and daily that, you can feel kind of the raw emotion of the vehicle while still feeling how refined it is, and the E46 is no different. They are still relatively cheap. Yes, you're going to have a lot more maintenance on the road. Yes, they're going to have oil leaks. Yes, there's problems, but that doesn't matter. You're going to love the attention you're going to get. You're going to love the way the car sounds, drives, and feels. I think this is a solid number 2 choice. Yes, they're a lot harder to find, much like the SS in this price range, but it's easily findable if you're willing to travel to go get it or pick it up, trailer it, have it hauled. Now, finally on this list is my favorite car on the list, and I've wanted one. I've tried to buy one. Sometimes you got to listen to the boss if you want to stay off the sofa. So I haven't gotten one, but I've always wanted one, and that's a Mazda Miata, either an NA or an NB model. And I will say this is probably the most obvious car on the list. Everybody wanted a Mazda Miata. I mean, they're cheap. They're probably the cheapest budget fun car to build. The power to weight ratio is solid. You can do a ton to the motor. Suspension parts are everywhere. Body kits are everywhere. I mean, you could do basically anything you can think of to a car cheap with a Mazda Miata. The manuals are good. There's not like super issues with them. I mean, power steering may come into play later on off the top of my head, but you're getting into this car for cheap. You're able to upgrade it for cheap. Pretty decent power to weight ratio for what it is. Yes, they don't have a ton of power, but that thing, I mean, it's probably the most fun per dollar car or smiles per gallon vehicle on this list that you can find. You can pretty much build this car your own way. I mean, there's subreddits on subreddits on subreddits on forums on Facebook. There's everything that you can find on building a Mazda Miata any way you could think of, whether it be a dune buggy, a drift car, a drag car, stupid shit, man. You could build a Mazda Miata any way you could think of, and it's just like a little go-kart. You can get them in a convertible. Who doesn't love a convertible, dog? I mean, let's be real. So anyways, guys, that's number 1 on this list. Please leave a like and make sure you put a comment down below and let me know what's a $5,000 car that you think should have made this list, or honorable mentions that you think should be on this list, or if I got anything wrong. Let me know down below. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one.